Should you do this day one in order to have a team full of diamonds, and more importantly, in order to have a team full of 99 overalls? That's what we're going to be discussing in today's video. But first, let's review this 99 overall Mark McGwire that plays first base as primary position with secondaries at third base and right field, that a lot of people are speculating, which I am in complete agreement with, is the American League Live Series collection reward. So he has 102 contact versus right, 101 versus left, and then max power against both sides. In addition to that, he has 96 clutch. So what that means is whenever there are runners in scoring position, keep in mind scoring position meaning second or third base, instead of him having 102 or 101 contact, he's going to have 96 contact against both sides, regardless of whether the pitcher is a right-hander or left-hander, in addition with the power. So obviously he decreases his contact whenever you have runners in scoring position. In addition to that, you look at his fielding as well. His fielding is a 65 to start off, meaning he is getting bronze fielding animations. You look at his reaction. His reaction is a 58 to start off, meaning he is getting common reactions. In addition, 58 speed, not too quick, but quick for a first baseman. If you were to play him at third base, he drops down to 61 fielding. It is still bronze fielding animations, and the reaction would be 54 reaction, which is still common reactions. You would not want him in right field. I can assure you that, unless you're playing in a field that has Fenway Park's left field Green Monster over at right field, because it is just not worth it with his speed or his fielding animations or his reactions. At third base, you might be able to get away with him over there, but if there is anything where it would be a 50-50 play, it is more likely than not that he will not get the animation to make the play. So to me, this Mark McGwire AL Live Series collection reward is not going to be worth it for you to go after day one. It is not going to be worth it for you to go ahead and, I would say, focus on trying to complete as soon as possible, even if you're not trying to do it on day one, because the American League Live Series collection is most likely going to be the more expensive one. Why? Because it has the 3 highest overalls in Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, Jacob deGrom, and we haven't even talked about Mike Trout, who is also going to be inside the American League Live Series collection. So if Mark McGwire is that 99 overall that is going to be the collection reward for the American League, he is not going to be worth it on day one. I would just gradually get him by putting buy orders at the minimum for each and every single team, focusing at first on day one in particular on the teams that don't have any diamonds, and then going after the teams with diamonds. And hopefully you're lucky enough to pack some of those expensive diamonds so you don't break the bank trying to go after Live Series collections, especially considering the MLB Live Series collection that we are speculating is going to be. 99 overall Sammy Sosa, on the other hand, we're speculating is the NL Live Series collection reward. Now this, unlike Mark McGwire, is a tremendous card that I would 100% recommend either gradually getting as soon as possible or working towards on day one. How would you work towards this card on day one? Simply by putting buy orders for whichever teams don't have diamonds, put the minimum each and every single time, and then whichever teams do have diamonds, try to go ahead and work up your stubs to buy that diamond for the minimum price possible, but get it gradually. Don't try to get it on day one, because it is not worth it and it will cost too much money, unless of course you got the money to blow. If you do, then go ahead and do so. But looking at this Sammy Sosa card, right, first thing we have to look at is his primary position is right field. He has secondary positions of left and center field. His contact versus right is 120, versus left is 105, and then he has max power against both sides. Looking at the clutch, with runners in scoring position, he has 115 contact against both sides. So that means that versus right, he loses 5 contact, but versus left, he gets 10 contact whenever there are runners in scoring position, which is crucial. Looking at his fielding, on the other hand, 95 fielding means you are getting diamond fielding animations. It does not mean you're getting the best diamond fielding animations, because you would need 99 fielding for that to unlock the Derek Jeter throws, some Cal Ripken animations at short, for example, and other animations such as those like super dives. Instead, you would be getting more of basic diamond fielding animations. His reaction, on the other hand, is an 88. So that means that he is going to have gold reaction animations out there in the outfield. Now, if you keep him in right field as his primary position, as you parallel him up and you get him to parallel 2, he does become a diamond reaction animation guy, as his reaction will hit 90, and as you get him to parallel 4, he will unlock the 99 overall diamond fielding animations inside right field. He also has 83 speed, which is tremendous for any outfielder, as well as 97 arm strength. He has everything you could ask for, and if you're putting him in left field or center field, you don't have to worry about anything because he remains with the diamond fielding animations and he remains with the gold reaction. So to me, Sammy Sosa, out of Mark McGwire or Sammy Sosa, if they are the Live Series Collection Rewards, which one do you go after first? It's Sammy Sosa 10 out of 10 times. Now, before we talk about the big boy and Derek Jeter, please let me remind you to please hit that like button, or subscribe button, and notification bell so you don't miss another upload, as well as checking out the Twitch is inside the description. We stream each and every single day at 10 p.m. Eastern. We have the Discord link as well in there, our social media links, and if you would like to support me by becoming a member of the channel, feel free to do so. I appreciate all the support. Now, this 99 overall Derek Jeter card, we believe, is going to be the MLB Live Series Collection Reward. So for collecting the entire American League Live Series Collection and getting Mark McGwire, and then collecting the entire National League Live Series Collection and getting Sammy Sosa, once you have those 2 vouchers, you will be able to lock them into your collections in order to obtain this 99 overall Derek Jeter. That is speculation. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind, look at the top left of this Derek Jeter card, and Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire had the same thing. It says core. Core means that this card will be able to use regardless of what set it is, or season, as one could say. So if you look at previous cards we have shown on this channel, some of them have set 1. That means when set 3 comes around, these set 1 cards will not be able to be played with in all game modes of Diamond Dynasty, especially ranked seasons. They will no longer be eligible. But if it says core, it means regardless of what season it is going to be eligible. The only way you could use a set 1 card is if you use it as the wild card slot. You get 1 wild card slot that allows you to use one card, regardless of the season it is. The reason why I believe this 99 overall Signature Series Derek Jeter has to be the MLB Live Series Collection is because you don't go out and make Derek Jeter the cover athlete and not give him the best card in the game and the arguably most difficult one to obtain, especially starting off the game cycle. Would I go after this card on day 1? Absolutely not. Would I gradually work towards it? 100%, but I would gradually work towards it in terms of maybe a month or 2 down the line. I don't think Derek Jeter is going to be game breaking in terms of having at short for you. That Francisco Lindor from set 1 is probably going to be just as good, if not better. Same thing with Trey Turner, going to be just as good, if not better. And then set 2 most likely is going to bring in a ton of shortstops as well. Even set 1 is going to bring in more shortstops as well, I would say. And then set 3 and so on and so forth. So the Live Series collections on day 1 and gradually, they might not even be worth it 100%. Really quickly, before we continue on, 2 other cards that I believe belong to collections or could be rewards. Keep in mind I said could be rewards. I want to talk about this 92 overall David Wright card. Look, it says cover athlete captain. So that means that this could be the captain's choice pack that we would be getting if you ordered the early access editions of the game, meaning the physical or digital deluxe editions of the game. We're going to be getting a captain's diamond choice pack. It's going to be a player. We see a 92 overall David Wright, most likely going to include Derek Jeter as well, and then some other captains that they designate to certain teams. In my opinion, another reason why I don't think that 99 overall Derek Jeter is going to be a card you have to get on day 1, or you should be looking to complete as soon as possible, as opposed to that Sammy Sosa, is because I think we're going to be getting a lot of versions of Derek Jeter inside the game for us to use. For example, the free to redeem on day 1 Derek Jeter 86 overall inside the show shop. I think there's going to be a Derek Jeter card inside this captain's choice pack as well, and then they're going to be bringing flashbacks and legends of Derek Jeter inside the game as well. So don't feel like you're forced to go ahead and spend the stubs in order to get those collections done off rip. Let me get straight to the point with this 99 overall Trey Turner. I do not believe MLB The Show will make this card widely accessible on day 1. I believe that this 99 overall Trey Turner will be a collection reward for the World Baseball Classic program. In order for you to get him, you will need to get a certain amount of World Baseball Classic cards and lock them in. I think it could be the entire collection or at least 90% of the collection for you to go ahead and unlock this Trey Turner. The card is just simply cracked out of its mind. And yes, you can make the argument that we did see Francisco Lindor, Devin Williams, as well as the third baseman from Japan, but I believe that the World Baseball Classic program is most likely going to be the featured program, therefore that pack right there would be the boss choice pack, and you would have to choose one of those three players. They went ahead and put out this Trey Turner individually, so it leads me to believe, because each and every single year, whatever is the starter diamond choice packs, they usually have a collection to them as well. We saw that with the Japanese series for the card art, and we saw that as well with the cover athlete series. We're going to get a captain series, and we're going to be getting a World Baseball Classic series as starter diamond choice packs. Now this is going to be a set 1 card, so in set 3 this card is no longer going to be usable unless you use the wild card on it, which makes it usable regardless of whichever season it is. This Trey Turner card, looking at it for face value, 99 overall shortstop, secondary positions of second, third, center field. You look at the contact, 112, 125, but you look at the clutch, which is more important, especially with runners in scoring position, it's 125, which means regardless of whether it's a lefty or a righty, he has max contact against both sides. He has 87 power versus right, 109 versus left. That's going to be good enough to hit a home run in any ballpark that has normal dimensions, and if you play at ballparks that have high elevation with his swing, which is like butter, it's going to be home runs galore. Now, the important thing to look at, because he has to have a downside, since of course he can't be the most overpowered card in the game, Derek Jeter or the collection rewards would be worthless then, is he has 82 fielding with him, meaning gold animations at shortstop. Reaction 80. Gold animations in terms of reaction at shortstop. If you play him at second, third, or center field, he drops down to silver fielding animations, and he drops down to silver reaction animations. How do you go ahead and get him back to gold fielding animations and reactions? You have to parallel him up to parallel 2 to get the gold fielding animations as secondary position, and parallel him up to parallel 4 to get the gold reaction animations back at his position. Now, if he's not the collection reward, because he might not be a World Baseball Classic collection reward, my next prediction would be that he is either going to be a ranked seasons World Series reward or a Battle Royale 12-0 flawless reward. They have to put him behind something, because this card cannot be widely accessible day 1. I just refuse to believe it, despite him being time limited, considering in set 3 he is gone. It can't be available widely day 1, and the next card falls under the same category. If 99 overall Roki Sasaki is not a World Baseball Classic Series collection reward for collecting 90%, then he's going to be the collection reward for collecting the entire thing, meaning him and Trey Turner are most likely going to swap. And I have more belief that the pitcher is going to be for collecting 90% and then Trey Turner being for collecting the entire thing, because Trey Turner is an everyday player. The starting pitcher is an every 5 games player, so that would make a little bit more sense to me. But this card is sick within itself, and it does meet the criteria to be either a ranked seasons World Series reward or a Battle Royale 12-0 flawless reward. These cards, you're not going to catch them in events, hopefully not, because they're just too insane for that, and you're most likely not going to catch them in Conquest as the 99 overall for completing the Nation of Baseball map, and you're most likely not going to catch them in mini seasons for completing mini seasons either, because it just wouldn't make too much sense in my opinion. You might catch other 99 overalls, but not as good as this card. I mean, it has a sinker, it has a fastball, a cutter, forkball, slider. It's just missing its splitter, to be honest, and it's most likely either going to have outlier on the sinker and fastball, or one of the 2 pitches. It could have outlier on both. Nolan Ryan did, and then 109 hit per 9 means your PCI is going to be shrunk to a minimum, and then whenever there are runners in scoring position, the PCI gets shrunk even more, because the 109 hit per 9 gets replaced by that 112 pitching clutch, which is 3 points higher, and as you parallel him up, it's gonna make a bigger difference, and the pitch speeds also change. So this card is going to be cracked without a doubt in my mind. And I think that these collections, World Baseball Classic collections, they are probably going to be super expensive and not worth it on day 1, and not even worth it to gradually go towards, unless you are planning on putting either of the cards as a wild card for the entirety of MLB The Show 23. Being completely honest with you guys, because as set 3, you won't be able to use these guys anymore. But in terms of the Live Series collections, as I said previously, Derek Jeter gradually worked towards him because the Mark McGwire doesn't seem like it's 100% worth it. But that Sammy Sosa working towards him as soon as possible, to me, is 100% worth it because he looks like he's going to be one of the best bats inside MLB The Show 23. With that being said, have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you all on the next one. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out the description where we have our Twitch. We stream every single day at 10 p.m. Eastern, Discord link, social medias, how to become a member of the channel to support me an extra way, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.